Okay, in today's video I will show you how to make baked, not fried, donuts. They will be nice and fluffy, as you can see, and they'll be the best baked donuts you ever had. You can obviously decorate them as you wish, with some chocolate and some sprinkles maybe, it's up to you. They are really good for decorating cakes or just eating basically fresh. I would recommend to eat them straight away the same day, as they most tasty to eat the same day. Right, before we start, you will need one of those. So I purchased 3 of them on Amazon. You can buy them really cheap anywhere probably. I'm gonna share a recipe with you for 12 donuts. So this one is for 6 and I've got another 3 of them. So it's up to you. You can buy you can buy 1, 2 or 3, and the silicone will be suitable for an oven, so make sure they okay, not just for chocolate. We're gonna start with some flour. I always use extra fine because it's the best for baking, so we're gonna use extra fine flour. We're gonna also need some baking powder. In the description box I will include full recipe with exact measurement. We'll need some table salt, just normal table salt, and we'll need also some ground almonds. You can buy all those ingredients in any supermarket, so the ingredients are very simple. So we're starting with the dry ingredients. So we're gonna measure 106 grams of flour. As I said, use the extra fine, it's the best one. And we're gonna add next some salt. Table salt is completely fine, so we're gonna use that. And we're gonna add some baking powder, and lastly we're gonna use some ground almonds. So we're gonna mix all the dry ingredients together to make sure they're all nicely combined, and we're gonna put that to the side. Now we're gonna move on to wet ingredients, and we're gonna start with measuring 70 grams of milk. Make sure you do measure 70 grams of milk, not milliliters. So you just basically put it on a scale and measure in grams. So we've got our milk measured. We're gonna throw 2 eggs in a bowl, and we're just gonna fluff them up a little bit. So we're gonna start with eggs, and then we're gonna add the rest of our wet ingredients. So we've got our eggs, doesn't matter if they small or large. We've just got 2 eggs, and then we're gonna add 90 grams of granulated sugar. So we're gonna combine that nicely together, and then we're gonna move on to add some honey. I will recommend acacia honey because it's nice and fruity. It's very delicate taste, and it's perfect. It's just perfect for the donuts. So it's gonna make a massive difference if you actually add acacia honey. I have found that one at Asda, so you can find it at any supermarket. Now we're just gonna add some milk to the mixture and vanilla pod. Just 1 vanilla pod is fine. If you don't like vanilla pod, I would say you can use some vanilla extract. Doesn't make much difference. Obviously vanilla pod is a bit fresher, but it does have bits, as you can see in here. So we're gonna mix some vanilla pod. It's gonna add that nice flavor to it. And then we're gonna move on to dry ingredients. So we're gonna add a flour mixture. And lastly we're gonna add some butter. The butter has to be melted and obviously cool down a little bit, and then that will be our last ingredient. So the mixture looks like this. All we're gonna do now is put some foil, cling film, over the top and throw it to the fridge for overnight ideally, if not at least for 3 hours. This is already when we took it from the fridge. As you can see, the mixture is quite thick. We've got everything ready, so we've got little forms for 12 donuts, because that mixture will make you around 12 donuts. So all you will need now is one of those. So we're gonna fill that in, but you don't need anything special. We're just gonna cut the end. Make sure it's not too big or not too small, so it's easily coming out and not going everywhere. And as you can see, it's quite thick, a bit like a American pancakes mixture, I would say. You want it to be quite thick, not like watery. So we're gonna fill them all, throw them in the oven, and they are ready to eat. As I said, they are the best fresh, so the same day or day after, and they will look a bit like this. Nice, you want them nice and brown on top, and then I'll show you how they look from inside. Here we go, that's how they look. Very, very nice, not covered in fat or anything. And obviously you can decorate them. They are very fluffy and tasty with that honey. And last step is you can decorate them with the chocolate sprinkles of your choice. And enjoy.